Let me see it.
Just tweet. Okay. Oh, I think he's on.
He's
Admit.
on, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, how'd you get a lemon in there?
Just chop it up and put it in water.
Let me see it. It looked big.
It ain't that big.
So you just squeeze in the top, yeah?
What's happening? You alright?
Hey, why can't I see him?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Hey, man, like, put it.
What's going on? You alright?
Sorry, man. It took so long for me to do this. I'm a tramp. I'm here, though.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Like...
Yeah, what's going on? Hey, let me like formally introduce. Hey, D, poet D. I mean, you know, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I've seen him on TV.
Oh man,
hey, don't get starstruck. Don't get starstruck, D.
No reason for that, man.
No.
How you doing, poet, man? You good?
I'm cool, man. Just been chilling out, man. Relaxing all day. I'm taking it mad easy, bro. There's not much to do, so soak it up whilst I can. Well, soon I gotta go back to work, innit? How are you, lot?
Yeah, boy, pretty much the same, man. Pretty much the same, you know, like trying to keep routine as much as possible. You know what I'm saying?
100%. What's the routine then?
Well, this is the routine, you know, trying to keep this going. But apart from that, trying to exercise, trying to keep working, just trying not to do nothing, you know?
That sounds lit, man. I think this is the best time. Soak up nothing, man. Sometimes just do nothing. Appreciate it. This is
You
beautiful.
think so? Soak up nothing. Do you know what? That sounds like the words of an extremely busy man, but I can't afford to get into that habit because you know they say like people that we're creatures of habit anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think that's more so true for me, man. Like once I get into a certain pattern, it's hard for me to break out of that pattern. So I need to ensure that I'm waking up at a decent time, which if I'm totally honest, that hasn't always been happening. So I've had to break out of that cycle because I was getting up at like silly times, man, like 10 o'clock. And I've got older kids as well, so it's not a great example to them. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just trying to keep routine, trying to do what I can, and just be as close to life as I know it. Do you know what I'm saying?
If that's what keeps you sane, boy, I think that's the most important thing. You just gotta do what's right for you right now, man. That's the most important thing.
This is it, man. This is it. But when you say you need to get back to work now, what work do you mean?
Well, the work
you do a couple of things.
The thing is, the work doesn't actually stop for me, unfortunately, for myself, because I work for myself, and all the places that you will see me working, barring MTV, is something I've created myself. Therefore, I need to maintain it. So maintaining these platforms throughout something like quarantine is quite testing. It's easier when, you know, everyone's on road because your content is somewhat social commentary, so it relies on things happening. So with nothing happening, it's quite difficult to do your content and to create concepts to keep the people that are involved interested and keep the audience that are watching engaged. So yeah, that's the test, but that's cool, man. That's cool as well.
Yeah. No, I hear that, man. Because you're doing quite a few things at the minute, right?
100%, man. Yeah, do quite a bit.
I've lost track. But you know what was sick is obviously D. I don't know if I ever told you this story, man. But the way I actually the first time I met Poet was he was hosting one event. All I remember, it was in Central somewhere.
Yeah, it was in it was next to the old BBC building. The next old One Extra building.
Yeah, the radio one. Yeah.
And you went down some staircase. It was lit. That was so
lit. Yeah. It was, you know, it was lit. I had a great time, man. But what I'll never forget is like by that time I did a couple shows by that time.
Yeah, you could tell. Wait, one second.
Oh, thank you. So I'd have done a couple shows by that time, but like I got there now, like still kind of nervous as hell. See, this is what I love about Mike. Hey, he's on my vibe. He's smiling like he's got a drink in his hand.
I like these.
He's always getting on to me because I've always got a drink in my hand. He's always asking me if I'm drunk. I'm like, look, it makes the day go quicker, man. I don't know.
Come on, man. Enjoy it.
But yeah, so I just remember obviously getting there and obviously being nervous because I'm about to perform in that. And then what I'll never forget is when I started spitting, just the reception that you gave me. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like it's not something that happens normally. As in, even I feel like we live in a society where even if people rate you, it's almost they see it as cool not to show it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this guy's hard, but let me not say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep that to myself. But Poet was like, he was like, what? He was like, nah. He was like, nah, like will that. He was like to the DJ, nah, reload that, six, like don't stop. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? I was like, I was gassed. I was so gassed inside.
Oh,
Obviously, I'm
that's
trying
lit.
not to show it. I'm trying not to show it, but I was super gassed. And he's like, nah. What? Like, and he then addresses the crowd again. He's like, nah. You not listen to this. So in my head, like, obviously, I'm still trying to maintain a professionalism and perform to the crowd. But in my head, I'm like, Rod, this is alien to me, man. I'm not used to this sort of reception from the host as well, because I feel like a lot of hosts, they're like trying not to. They're trying to be the main attraction in the show. Do you know what I'm saying? So they don't want to always give the torch to the people performing. So I found that weird, man, and it's something to this day I've never forgotten. And that was what that could have been what 7 years.
That is time
Long
ago, my
time.
brother. It's so long ago. I
This is
couldn't
what I'm
even
saying.
remember.
This is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's something that stuck with me. And I think what I took away from it as well is like, I think it takes a certain individual to do that, man. Like I think I'm very much like that. Not to honk my own horn. Hey, let me not lie, D. Certain people, hey, look, certain people that were closer to me weren't showing me that love, you know, D.
Yeah,
You weren't showing me that love.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, I understand that.
again.
Yeah, I understand that because it's also about truth. Like, if you had an average performance, it's average. If you had a good performance, it's good. But one thing I would always do, I would always support, and I think this is where people get things mixed up. Honest feedback doesn't mean you're not supporting someone, because
Okay.
exaggerated feedback is just as bad as hating on someone, in my opinion. If you're talking about the longevity of someone's career.
What, as in if you hype them up more than they should be hyped up?
Yeah, definitely. I think you need to support people, but you need to be honest. Like, I'm not talking about like you're trying to crush them deliberately, but just be honest in the feedback, especially when it comes to performance and things that you want other people to buy, a product you want other people to buy. So
Hey,
I'll be honest.
hold on. That sounds great, but how many of my shows did you actually come?
What are we talking about? What are we talking
Wait,
about?
no. This
Hey,
is a serious question.
I
don't remember you there.
Well, let me answer. I came to every show I was invited to.
So
That's a lit response.
It's a great answer, yeah. It's a great answer, but it's a lie. It's a lie because I invited everyone to everything.
No, you didn't. Because what started happening and this is what started happening is, when we might have said, oh, okay, yeah, that one's all right, I felt you didn't always tell us about every show you was going to. Maybe you didn't want that added pressure of like your friends and blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous. You know it's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous.
Hey, but do you know what? I don't even want to make this about a journey to the past. Isn't it?
Can I interject though?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
This is one thing I've learned. And I can only call you 3D. It's still saved in my phone as 3D. It's so lit.
But hey, this is what I'm saying. But
I'll be mad real with you, yeah. For as long as I've done this thing, I've never made it an obligation of anyone to support what I'm doing. I don't want that. I don't want you to feel like you're here because you're doing me a favor. I don't like that feeling. I like people to do what they genuinely want to do. And if you're my friend, I actually want my friends to do what they genuinely want to do. So I will introduce them to my line of work. And if they like it, I will consistently tell them about the things that I do. But if they're not interested in it, I'm not going to put the added pressure on them feeling like they need to be there. You don't need to be here. Like, if I'm going to be successful in my line of work, it doesn't
like
matter
this, man.
if you're there or not. I don't want to put that pressure on people because it's just not fair. I don't even know what's happening in your life. And then I'm going to put this pressure on something that means a lot to me, but I can't expect it to mean the same amount to you. I can't. It's just not fair. I know what it means to me.
I get what you're saying, and what you're saying I can't say it's untrue. However, are you then saying that we cannot read into that lack of support or that lack of like maybe support might even be the wrong word, but what I've found, and look, my music career didn't take off the way I wanted it to at all. But what I found while I was attempting to make it do so is that it's the people closest to you that you almost have to convince the most. And
you don't,
if
No, you don't.
No,
But convince of what? What are you trying to convince them of?
what are you convincing them?
convince them that you can do it. Do you know what I think happens?
Why?
Do you know what I think happens?
Why?
And correct me if I'm wrong. Go on.
But why?
Because correct me if I'm wrong. What I think happens is this: they get to know you on a certain level, so they get to know you as a person in your own right. However, they don't see you as 3D. They see me as Dodge. You know what I'm saying? They see me as me. Whoa, this is it. So you're trying to show them, no, guys, like,
but why?
Hey, you put me on the spot, you know. I don't know.
Hey, bro, it's the truth.
Makes sense.
You know why? You know why?
Makes sense.
Okay,
Everything
I'll tell you
you're
why.
saying stems from something you feel you're obligated to have. You're not obligated to have this from these people. They're their own damn people. I don't have to do anything for anybody on planet Earth. So if I do something for you, you have to show a level of appreciation for that. Now, if you start showing appreciation for what people do and not focusing on what people don't do, your whole life changes. If your whole life is centered around what people are not doing, then all you'll ever do is catering to a bag of people that are not interested in what you're asking them to do. I would rather cater to a group of people that care what I'm doing. I'll get a response. I'll build something.
No, I get that.
It doesn't make sense to try and say, no, please come over here. But they don't want to. But there's another guy saying, I will come, bro. Like, I really want to come over there. I'll be like, all right, do you know what, bro? You come over here. What do? Oh, serious. I'll have a better conversation with them.
Okay. But I get what you're saying. Dodge,
I'm specifically...
Dodge, let me interrupt you on that. Remember when we had an argument, yeah? And you said, you weren't really feeling the music. You didn't believe in me. But I said, but Dodge, I was ready to invest in you. I would invest in you, like, financially. But that... You
didn't make that known.
No, let me finish, yeah? But the genre of music or the type of rap is not one I would normally listen to. But because you're my friend, I would invest in you. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I believe what you believe. But I knew I wasn't musically enough to guide you and support you. I don't know that. But what I can do is say, do you know what? I'll invest in a project. Do you get what I'm saying? But even then, you said that weren't enough. And in my mind, I'm like, well, what else can I do?
How was that not enough?
Do you remember?
Wait. I don't remember all this. I don't remember all this. I'll be honest. I don't remember. Do
you know what?
At the time, I'm not even sure you were financially in a position at that time to support me, and I don't remember this conversation. So listen, I cannot talk about this conversation. But going back to what Poet was saying, and even kind of what you're saying, I remember I'm specifically talking about friends. Like, listen, D, you know me. Like, my friend, my friends are few and far between. So if I go as far as to call you a friend, I do expect certain things, and I do expect you because you're my friend, and mostly because I would do the same thing.
The day you call me your friend, you now have expectations that I must just listen to.
Yeah.
Wait. What? Listen to the expectations, you mean, or listen to?
Now follow them.
Do you know what it is, Jeffrey D? I remember why I remember you so vividly because it's all coming back to me now. This is lit. I love meeting talented people because they're very complicated. They're very, very complicated. They remind me of, like, if you saw Jay-Z and you found out that Jay-Z had sex with someone from, like, the listening party, you'd be like, oh my God. And it's like, that secret is so amazing. You just want to tell everyone. And some people don't believe you. And you're fighting this fight to convince everyone that this is the truth. And it's like, it's just not worth it. Like, if you're talented and that's your truth, and that is what it is, don't be like them people that knock on your door and try and convince you that you need to have the word of God, or like, don't throw this thing in my face. I find it annoying, especially if I'm your friend. If I'm a friend, that means I need to see it over and over again. And I remember one thing about you is that you had an expectation of people, and you were very rejoiceful that I did respond to your thing. But even if I did or I didn't, it didn't matter, because The truth was you was really talented.
Mm.
And I think you didn't focus on the truth. You focused on trying to convince everyone what you was doing was true. And we can look back on it now. We'll never know what your career would have been if you just focused on knowing that you was good, rather than trying to convince everyone that you're good.
Do you know what?
Yeah, go on. That's food for thought. I can't lie. I'm not gonna say it's not food for thought. That's definitely.
I second that. I second that, because even I got to a place where I didn't allow people to place an emotional mortgage on me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I see myself as an honest person, and I generally don't wish bad on anyone. If I see something, it's good. Many times we've given you praise. You wasn't without praise, but I've come from a sports background, and I know how important the truth is in what you're doing. It's very important. So, and I just felt, because it wasn't 100% unison, that's when you might have felt maybe everyone weren't pulling the same way. But I don't want to stick on this point. Poet, I just wanted to say, before the first time I saw you, I think I saw you on it's like a TV football challenge or something like that, yeah. Where you take. Have you ever done something in football where you work with players, yeah?
Yeah.
And I thought, do you get what I'm saying? And I used to watch it, but where I really, really, really became like,
say it.
No. Well, where you became admiral is when I saw you on Chucky Online. Like, and that's what got me up to that show, because I just found it by accident. And I thought, is this the same guy that was playing football? Because it's weird. The intellect that you show when you was on Chucky Online and you watch the football thing, it's hard to like link it together.
It's not.
No, but you know what? Why? Because it was a lot more better, but
just as bad as 3D. You have. Everyone does it. I've done this job for so long. I know what you're talking about. I've spoken to so much people like you. Look, it's not even a thing that I find offensive or anything like that. It's people just need to free their mind of what they think they know about things. We don't know shit. I don't know nothing, bro. Like, I know what I know, and that's all I know. But if there's more information to know, I can't come to a conclusion. So if I see somebody on television, and every time I see them, it's for 1 hour of a 24-hour day, and they show me that one thing, I can't then come to the conclusion that's the person they are. There's 23 hours that I haven't seen. I haven't seen them around their mum. I haven't seen them around their friends. I haven't seen them around their dad. I haven't seen them around their children. But because I've seen them for an hour a day, I've now come to the conclusion that this is the person that they are. And I think that's the dangers that everyone has in life. Like, you just need to not. I would never recommend doing that.
No, of course not. But what you're saying, the second part of what you're saying is a learnt trait. The first part of what I'm saying is instinctive. Because
for real.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. But what I don't let it do is block me from the truth. Then when I did see you, and I thought, fuck, this guy is like, the way you think, I was just like, I was just intrigued by it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and it got so bad that when you used to come on like that show, the Chucky Online show, and I'll be like waiting for you to come in, because sometimes you come in like late, like halfway through or semi through the episode. And I just wanted to say, look, man, I'm a fan of what you do. Do you get what I'm saying, man? Especially on that show, you're sick, man. So all blessings to you, and long may it continue. But one way to touch on is you're clearly an entrepreneur, because you've created your brand, you've created what you're doing. But what advice would you give people at this time? Because I would consider myself an entrepreneur as well. But because of this virus, literally all 3 of my businesses have been affected majorly, And I think I went through a week of just in a slump. But what advice would you give people to say, I don't know, like, how do you find that brightness at the end of things? When someone, because a lot of people, especially self-employed people, it's a really, really tricky time right now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, even I was down. Like, we're all down. We all get down, man. Like, I think it's always good to know that you can be down. I think there's nothing wrong with being upset and just saying, I'm really upset right now, and maybe taking some time to yourself and not speaking to anybody and just collecting your thoughts and figuring out why you're upset and how you believe that you can overcome the situation to a point, and then allow the world to help you get through the rest of it. And I think that's what helps me so much in life, because I remember why I started this. So if coronavirus is introduced to my life, I understand it's a hindrance, but it can't stop me. That's not like, it's got nothing to do with why I started doing this, you know?
Yeah.
I've gone through loads of moments of adversity. That's why I say to 3D so much, like, it doesn't really matter what people think. I was in a household where I was told, get a job and do all of these other things that I didn't want to do, but my own parents, you know, the only person that believed in me at a young age was my brother. Like, nobody believed in me. Absolutely nobody. People say they believe in you, but it's like when they invest in you, if you invest time in me, like 10 minutes talking about what I love, my G, I owe you, owe you everything. But going back to, what you said, it's just understanding why you did this. And if you understand why you did it, you will try and find a solution to your problem. Don't focus on the problem. We're always going to have problems, but we have to be happy. Have to, man.
That's it. Yeah, you lot, I'm not lying, yeah. You lot can't drop these bombs on me and then just try and like deviate away from the conversation, man. I'm still mulling over what was said. Listen, I'm quite an emotional person. So let's get back to, look, I just want to make my point very clear in the sense that, look, listen, I'm adamant and I'll always believe this, that I do think that if you are somebody's friend or you call them a friend, there is a certain responsibility to help them. That's all I'm gonna say. And this is the bigger picture for me is within the Black community, where I don't think we do that enough. Where D and you, we've had this discussion whereby I might know D is an amazing craftsman. I don't know, he's a builder, and for whatever reason, I'm gonna go and hire like some Tom, Dick, and Harry to come and build my house when I know he's an amazing craftsman. I see it happen too much. Like, I'm talking in a sense of a musical aspect, and me trying to be a musician, trying to be a rapper. But I see it day in, day out. It's an everyday thing, and I think it's something that needs to be addressed. Like, it's not as easy as, oh yeah, you know what, don't wait for other people to support you. Because when it comes to an actual like physical thing, such as, look, this is what I do, these are my services, people around me use my services, it's not happening. In the Black community, it doesn't happen enough.
Yeah, but you know my only objection to what you're saying?
Is he's not saying the right things, though.
Yeah, my objection is...
Talk to me. Why not?
Okay, I'll give you an example of my mum. My mum, Nigerian lady, yeah? She bought a new bathroom. So she bought a new kitchen. Yeah, she bought a new kitchen, yeah? Like, they have to come fit the kitchen. Rather than use like a proper set-up company, she used some uncles who said they know how to do it. And then when the kitchen was all done, there was like 3-4 different parts still there. And the man said to her, I think they put extra parts in there and stupidness like that, yeah? And then within a week, the whole thing started falling apart. And I said, Mom, why don't you just use people that know what they're doing? She said, no, but they're this person's uncle, they're this, so I wanted to do them a favor. And I'm like, there comes a point, yeah, if you're a craftsman and you are good at what you do, I will use you. But I can't use you just because
that's dangerous. Don't get me wrong, Lola. I'm not saying use any hillbilly just because you know them. They obviously need to be of a certain level. But I think she didn't do the wrong thing in trying to, bro, this is why we're behind, and this is why Black businesses are behind, because at the end of the day, we don't do that enough. That's all I'm saying. All right,
this is what I'm gonna. Can I interject? Because this is what's happening now is very dangerous. I got 2 little boys, Zion and Khalifa. I love them so much. They're my G's, man. They're such perfect individuals to me. They depict what 3 years of living looks like. 3 years of living that particular lifestyle. They're a result of that. If I asked them what life meant as a 3-year-old, they would just tell me what life seems like for 2 boys who've grown up in very complicated circumstances and have gone back from England to Sweden. So they couldn't really give me an understanding of what my life would be like. 3D, I reckon, I'm not quite sure how old you are, but you've given me a struggle I believe you've gone through within your life and made it life in general. Now, I just think if you have a platform in any capacity, whether it's reaching out to 1 person or 1 million, you have a responsibility to tell people that this is your opinion based upon the way in which you lived your life. Because I can tell you now, I disagree. You've got a podcast that you've got with your friend. And from my understanding, this is a black-owned business. Because if my eyes serve me correctly, you're both black.
Yep.
I've then reached out to you because I've seen you do it numerous times. You kept sending me the WhatsApp and I was like, what is this? I listened to one.
Yep.
I was like, oh, Sugar, really, he was such a talented rapper. I want to collaborate with him at some point. And I gave you my word. And I think that's the most important thing I can give you, my word.
Agreed.
And long and behold, I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything, but we are here now having a conversation. And I consider myself another individual who is a black-owned business. Now, this is 3 businesses talking to each other, to each other on a podcast that we're going to put out, and you're going to promote to keep promoting the brand in which you have. And I hope that by me being here, I can assist that and bring some light on it. Now, this is something that happens quite frequently, but we don't focus on it. All we focus on is the one dege situation that might happen in the hood. When this has just happened, and this to me is beautiful, and my 2 kids are going to see it and say, what? Daddy went and collaborated with some guys, and I just met one individual for the first time, a great individual. Like, this is the way we need to channel the way in which we think, for the simple fact that if we just focus on the bad things that happen in life, my brother, your whole life just becomes one negative narrative.
Listen, poet, again, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I get where you're coming from in terms of, you're almost talking to me about like laws of attraction stuff, which I'm so attuned with.
I've just given you an example right now, not even laws of attraction. I've just given you an example of black-owned businesses working together.
100%. Remember what I said to you initially. Remember what I said to you initially about when I met you, and the reason you stood out to me is because you show me that love, which unfortunately, maybe there needs to be a few more people like you.
I don't think you're looking for that. You're looking for a particular type of love. That's what you don't understand, and I can feel it in you. Like, I look for love. Love doesn't have to be shaped in any way. It doesn't have to be packaged. It just has to be genuine. And I think there's people that have genuinely shown you love, but it's just not packaged the way in which you want to see it. And I think what you've got to do is separate the packaging and just understand that love is love, my bro. Like, whether it's from me or somebody else, it doesn't matter. And I think that you was looking at for it to be packaged in a particular way, maybe for your friendship circle, because you had a dream of how this rap career could have panned out. But it's like, bro, you don't own tomorrow. You own here and now. Who wants to support you here and now? Focus on that. Who doesn't want to support you? It doesn't matter. You kept trying to change reality to what you want your reality to be. I can't lie to you, bro. That's just mad selfish. You're not even being a friend. That's not even friendship.
Wait, I'm not being a friend.
No, you're not. To be fair, you're not. You're putting a stipulation on friendship, and the only thing that I should give you as my friend, all I ask my friends for is 2 things. 2 things. Remain loyal to me and never lie to me. Once you do that, you're my friend for life, because I can trust you in anything. If you don't support my flipping career, I don't give a doo-doo. Who gives a damn? If I'm big, I'm great at what I do, it doesn't matter. I'm imagining if Justin Bieber was a really nice person, I would be his friend. I wouldn't buy any of his music. But if something was wrong with him and he needed me there in his life, I would be there for him. If he needed me, I would be there for him. But his music, I don't like it. I wouldn't pretend to like it because he's my friend. I would tell him it's trash. I don't care about Yummy. It feels yucky.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You know what you're saying. What you're saying is mad interesting, because it puts into perspective what I think a lot of people expect from friendship. Myself included. I would definitely say that with the help of family and friends, I do think you can go slightly further. It gives you a head start. I do think it gives you a head start.
Yeah, but I didn't get it, but it doesn't matter. It would be nice if I had it, but there's loads of reasons why I didn't get it. And I can't just say that they should give it to me because I have this dream. It's my dream. It's not their dream. So if you don't want to look at it, you don't have to. I will still achieve it, irrespective of what anybody thinks of me. I know I will do what I need to do. I don't care if no one believes in me. I don't need anyone to believe. I need to believe myself. Don't you think I needed my mum and dad to tell me, oh my God, you're going to do it? Do you think I needed flipping Ferry Lane Estate to tell me in Tottenham, amongst a bag of gunmen and all of these people that don't even find what I do interesting? You think I needed their reassurance? I don't need any of them, fam. I need me, fam. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's just me that I have to fend for. Now it means that it's not me, Zion, and Khalifa I have to fend for. Why do I have to worry about anybody else?
No, I get you. Point made.
This
I
guy
mean,
right here, I'm telling you, that guy right here in this chat, I've just met him. That is genuinely your friend. If he
hey,
doesn't like any of your
don't let him
music,
lie to you.
he's
Hey,
genuinely
listen,
your friend.
he's a wolf in was it a wolf in sheep's clothing? Don't let him lie to you, bro.
Oh my
Listen,
lord, whatever. That's your friend.
don't let him lie to you, man. There's many instances. I don't know, man. But look, no, you're probably look. Listen, you make a good argument, and to be fair, it's a novel argument and one that I haven't really heard before. So it's like I said, it's definitely food for thought, man. It's definitely food for thought, and that's it. That's it. I mean, like, moving forward, man. Like, yeah, no, you give me a lot to think about, man. But yeah, moving forward, what would you make of this? Because we were talking about the music industry last week, and D, you touched upon like the whole swarm. What's it? Swarmz. I can't even say it. Swarmz. Yeah. So I'm literally sitting there thinking, okay, so this guy has basically gained like what 1 million followers, roughly. Hold on. I think there's bound to be a time limitation on the thing because it's gonna cut off soon, isn't it?
No, do you know what?
No.
Carry on. I've sorted it out. I'm sorting it out.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, so this guy's basically gained like 1 million followers in what 2-3 weeks, by getting girls to come on and shake their behind. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're privy to that, right? You know what what's going
It's amazing. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. So what I'm wondering is, as an entertainer, you someone being out there, do you put yourself in that position to think, you know what, if I do this, then I gain a bigger following, or is that something that has crossed your mind, or is that something that you even want, or what does that make you think? I'm interested to find out from the mind of somebody that's an entertainer that's got a name out there, to think what they see, what they think about when they see that sort of thing happening. What goes through your head?
The problem with everyone is that they've separated Swarmz from life, and they've made him this industry thing, and they've created this world called the industry where there's meant to be a code of conduct, and they've just created all of these things. And then they look at Swarmz and they're just like, oh, they've eradicated the fact that Swarmz is about, what, 23, 24. They've eradicated the fact that he's young, he's making money, he's doing his thing. They've eradicated the fact that he's a bit, he's a child. He's not even that old. Like, he's young. He's just doing what most young people would do. He's having a good time. He's not stabbing anyone. He's not shooting anyone. He's not causing crime or havoc. He's in his house, on Instagram, getting girls to shake their bum. If that's what he wants to do and it makes him happy, how the hell can I be angry? He's a kid. Would I go to a college and watch a batch of college kids do what they're doing and say, oh, you lot shouldn't be doing that? What the fuck am I doing at the college? It doesn't make any sense. If people have a problem with what Swarmz is doing, don't watch it. It's not for you. He's a kid. Kids watch that. If you're a big man, change the channel. Go watch Luther Vandross or something, or Lionel Richie or someone.
I just think, as a business, I like what that dude has done. Because he just seen something that's worked across the pond.
Oh, Tory Lanez.
Do you know what? With Tory Lanez, didn't it?
No, but he was doing it before.
Was he? I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
Doing it for time, but he's just, the thing is, Swarmz is not Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is bigger than Swarmz. So if Swarmz does something even before him, no one will know, because Tory Lanez does it.
Give the credit to Tory Lanez. Yeah.
You know what?
Swarmz. He's been doing his thing for time.
That's even saying that now. Even hearing that now is even better, because now I'm more interested in him. Like, I want to find out more about him. When I don't really watch the lives, I'm not really that interested in that. But I like the way someone could just multiply and add value to himself. And all I could do just applaud him. And I just, God bless him. All the best to him. And wherever
that's where you have to support the black business.
How do we support that one, boy? I'll get in trouble with the missus supporting that one, boy.
No, the way you can support is by making sure we don't say nothing negative about it, and we allow the young people to just be children. If that's what they want to do, let them do it. I think
Yeah.
that's how we support it.
I don't
And
find
then
nothing.
it's
To be honest, I don't even see the negativity because people are asking to go on. It's not
Well,
like
you know what?
he's not begging no one
That's
to
what
go on.
surprises me. I'm surprised by the amount of girls that are actually willing to come on and shake their bum. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's
wow,
a queue. There's a
hell no.
queue.
There's a queue in it. Like, it's mad.
People are
That's
ready
what
to jump
surprises
on.
me.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, but this is the thing other people are missing. Them same girls that want to go on are using it to boost their profile as well. Some of them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Most of them are probably using it to boost their profile, or they're just using it to be a bit of a young person and have a bit of fun. God knows why they're using it.
Yeah.
Sam,
But
you know what
okay,
it is?
my thing is moving forward. What does that do for his music career? Like, as in credibility. The word is credibility. When he releases a song, no. This is what it is. So now that he's done that, why is it that automatically his music becomes less credible?
I don't think so.
Who said that though?
I don't think so.
That's what seems to happen, because what it is you gained your followers from a gimmick. You know what's mad? I think
But
I
he's
think
been doing it though. It's just become commercially popular. But he's been doing it. It's not like he hasn't. It's not like he done one and then everyone went mad about one. He's been doing it. So he's probably gained a following from people who've been doing, and then that has translated in his music. Like, it's not a gimmick. Tory Lane's done it. It's not a gimmick. Why would it be a gimmick for Swarmz?
So when you say it's not a gimmick, because I can't see how it's not a gimmick though, in terms of
Because people are
what do you mean it's not a
multifaceted.
gimmick?
No one just does one thing. Like when you're in school from the ages of 11 to 16, you do about 11 subjects. And then they ask you to narrow it down to 3. And then they ask you to narrow it down to 1. Some people leave school after doing 11 subjects and don't go to college and don't go to university. So they still have the mentality of loads of different subjects in their life that they like to do. And if that translates into music now, why are they just going to do, they might want to go into fashion and they might want to go and do Instagram live stuff and they might want to go and do YouTube. That's not a gimmick. That's a business. They're not just saying, I'm going to make music. They're relying on loads of different ways in order for them to express themselves in order to make financial gain. Wiley's been doing it for a while. Lethal B does it extremely well. There's loads of people that do it and they make loads of money and their music still transcends and does what it needs to do. It's not a gimmick. It's business.
I hear you. But okay, I hear you. But what do you feel about this age we're in, where it seems like it's almost like the personality sells the music as opposed to the talent or the quality of the music selling itself? Which is obviously I'm an 80s baby. That's what I'm used to. Like,
Well,
that's what
it sounds like it's a personal problem.
is
You
it
either
a problem?
accept change or you pretend that it's 19 whatever it is. You have to accept change. Change happens with or without you. You can either come with it and look at all the things within the change that you like and grow with it, or you can just get left behind and be lonely.
Yeah, because even in the 80s, people in the 70s said it was better. In the 90s, the 80s was better. Everything's always better to your viewpoint because that's what you
It's
grew
not
up.
even about better though. It's not even about better as such. But look, I'm from an era where you heard the music first, you know, and you're literally judging the music based on the music. Like, I don't need to know your personality. I don't need to see your Instagram snaps. I don't need to know your whereabouts and what you're doing and all the rest of it to gain a picture or an understanding
Okay,
of who you might
what
be
about
in order to build an affinity with your music.
what about Adele? What about Adele? Adele.
What about Adele?
What about Adele? I didn't know who she was. I just heard the music and I fell in love with it.
With someone like Adele, I think it's slightly different because her music fits her package. Like, she's singing about sad, heartbreak songs.
But what are you upset about, though? What are you upset about? As a person,
I'm not upset.
What are you upset about?
I'm not necessarily upset about anything, but I am wondering where this is going. I am wondering.
It always happened at all times in life. Popular music has always needed more things than the sonical sound for it to be publicized. You can go back to 1996 with the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls didn't sell because of If You Want to Be My Lover. The Spice Girls sold because they broke the division of a girl group into 5 different personality strands for people to like. And then you had Sporty Spice, and that was half of the selling point. Their personalities. That changed the game for everyone. It's not like it just happened overnight. You think Michael Jackson was just big because of his music? Yeah, of course he was big because of his music. But I know some people that just love Michael Jackson because of the moonwalk, which has nothing to do with anything. But this is what happens in life. When you're a popular individual, there's always external factors which draw people in to liking you. It's the people that are pretty much kind of at the bottom either have to do something mad flamboyant to get attention or have quality music. Nothing's changed. It's still the same. Just that black music's cool.
No, no, you got, once again, you got a point. I'm not gonna lie. But okay, since we're talking about music, talk to me about Viva. Is that something still going on? Is that
we
talk to
got
me about that.
something today.
Bro, I heard one of the 2 tunes and I was waved at the time and it matched my wave to a T. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling this, man. I heard it on I heard it on Capital Extra still. I was driving one time, just randomly.
Oh, that's mad.
Yeah,
Who would have played that? Must have been Manny.
I swear it was I think it was Manny Naughty. I think it was Manny Naughty.
Good guy. I like Manny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like he played that and bruv, he played like I think he played a couple of tunes back to back. I think the EP that you released, or was it an album, or was it?
Yeah,
EP?
we released the EP.
Yeah. So I think he played a couple of tunes back to back, and obviously that allowed the kind of the vibe to build. And I got the vibe. I understood it. I was like, yeah, this is sick, man. So what's the plan behind that? Because do you know, funny enough, now that I've said that, that's just reminded me that actually the first time I ever saw you was on Channel U. It was Poet and Scribs.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah, it was Poet and Scribs. Like that's what it was, man. That's what it was. So good, you started with music.
Yeah.
Kind of deviated, and then like that's the route, and went back to the music. Yeah.
100%, man. We always did it. It was just we didn't know how to package it so people could appreciate it. Because I understood very early that everything you make is a very, very selfish commitment. You need to find the compromise in finding what people like as well. It's not just about what you like. So I understood at some point the music we were making was very selfish, and it was just kind of like we were making it for ourselves because no one was responding. So I took a pause in it just to sort of like figure my head out, done some stuff personally myself. But with Vibba now, where we are, it's just a massive group of like 16 people. And not everyone makes music. Some people do creative art, some people do photography, some people do producing, like all sorts. And we make music throughout the year and we release it how we feel is best, depending on our mood, depending on how we feel. We make a project based on a feeling, and we just give it out. And I'll never really try and force anyone to like it or such, or force people to listen to it. I just put it out, and whoever gravitates to it. So it's been cool though.
Okay, sick. No, that's sick, man. I was kind of put a smile on my face to see that you'd return to music, man. Like I was like, yeah, that's sick, man.
Thank you, bro.
It's been interesting, obviously from a distance, watching your growth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you, bro.
Little things like my son was that show that you do is with Vujanich, and my son was watching it just randomly, and I'm like, what's that you're watching? And he's like, yeah, I'm watching this Poet guy. And I'm looking, and bro, this is how life is funny, because I don't want to say I know this guy, because my son's gonna look at me like, stop begging it, man.
No, there's no rules, man. You can say that. No
so no, I don't say it. So I'll just keep quiet because I know where it is. Because you know, life is funny. No matter who I am, to him, I'm dad. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I could be the coolest guy in the world. Like, I don't know, Kanye, Jay-Z, maybe not Kanye, but no matter who they are, and this is the great thing about being a father, great, bad, however you want to see it, you're still dad. So a lot of the same rules apply. I think I'm a pretty trendy guy. I think I'm pretty, up to the times of what's going on. But my kids are old now. My daughter's 15, my son's 12. No matter what I know, no matter how much of the same tunes I know as them, I'm still dad. So I've learned, you know what? Just don't say it. Because I know I would have said, yeah, bro, I know this guy, man. Like, he would just look at me like, hey, dad, like, stop begging it, man. Like, what's wrong with you? I just don't. But in my head, I'm looking at it like, I'm so kind of proud of where this guy is getting to. Like, I think it's sick, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You've always struck me as a genuine person, so I always want to see genuine, honest, good people like making it and doing the best that they can. So it's funny. I've got a theory that the more good you spread out in the world, like the more good comes back to you. So because that thing that was such a basic thing when I was performing, you know what I'm saying, whereby you show me that love, that energy that you sent out will be coming back to you. Now let's imagine you've given that energy out to, I don't know, for example, 100 people. So you've put out this positive energy now, and every time those 100 people see you, they're winning you to win. I think those things work in your favor, man. I believe in that energy, and I believe in that force helping people to progress. So yeah, man. Every time I see you, every time I see your career moving upwards, I'm just like, keep going, man. Like,
Thank you, bro.
really, just,
Appreciate that,
yeah,
man.
It's
If
sick,
it doesn't
man.
come back though, I don't mind. I only do it because I think it's the right thing to do. If no one wants to do anything for me, I don't mind. It's cool. No one should ever feel like they should do anything for me. But if you do, I do genuinely appreciate it, like more than you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, wait. What should happen with the Premiership?
Oh, mate, they should just void it, man.
You think?
Yeah, bro, but they can't because so much money's involved. There's so much money involved. But it just seems like anything that happens right now is just a force. There's too many games to play in such a short space of time. It makes better sense to just say, all right, lads, messed up, go again in August or something.
But then what happens? But then that's got implications on, say, like teams coming up, and then teams going down.
The whole world should just do it. If the whole
Just
world
void
does
it.
Yeah, no one's playing. It's not like we're the only country. Nobody's bloody playing. Just void it.
There's one league, was it the Belarusian league? They were still playing.
Yeah, in Belarus. Yeah, in Belarus.
Yeah, they're mad.
No one cares
Now,
about them.
do you know what I think? I think it should just go into like a World Cup type format.
That's just complicating everything. Just
No.
void it.
What I mean is just finish the fixtures, play behind closed doors, because I just don't see. Because you know why? When I'm looking at teams,
because you're not allowed to have gatherings, and if you're gonna play behind closed doors, you're gonna still need to have members of staff there. You're still only gonna have security there. You still need to have
players.
You can't do it. So like, just void it. Like, why are we just like? I'm a person that always likes solutions. Yeah. I love solutions. I think problems are very annoying. I don't like to go to bed with a problem on my mind. So if I was working for the Premier League, I would say to everybody, when are we going to be free of this situation known as coronavirus? We're not sure. So when is business going to be coming? It could take until September. So let's void the league. If it could take until September, if that's what we're hearing, void the bloody league.
There's no. You know what's mad? You know what's mad? I almost feel like I'm with you now. I almost feel like everyone is kind of along the same lines of thinking it's very unfair to Liverpool. There's this underlying, this subtext that is unfair to Liverpool, and that's why we're looking for that.
Because Liverpool won't win the league next year.
Oh well,
they won't win the league next year.
You can't.
I know football. Liverpool won't win the league next year. Number one, and number two, the Premiership might not get all their money if the fixtures ain't done. Yeah, and then that seems like a minus money. But when it trickles down, yeah, clubs spend millions, expecting millions to come back. When you start thinking about people's jobs, livelihoods, the stewards,
I'm with you, but it's the whole world.
It's mad.
It's not like it's just us. Then I would say, oh God, we got a bit of a problem here. Like, I just think people are making it more complicated, and because we don't have the information, there's so much things that we don't know. It could just be alien to us. But if there's a world pandemic, there's a problem happening in the whole world, and the whole world's at standstill, void the Bomber Club thing and just start again in August. Yes, okay, Liverpool are not going to win the league. All right, I understand. Yes, Lazio may not challenge for the Italian league next year. I get it. I understand. Yes, some people's stats don't mean anything, like Camavinga breaking through in the French league. I get all of these things. But, bro, it's happening to everyone. Tough shit. Get over it.
It's the best solution to that problem, to be honest. It's the best solution because we start again. Like, no one gets relegated.
Do you know what?
No one goes up. simple.
No, but it's not that simple. Like, it's not that
Why?
simple.
Why? I'm not understanding why it's not that simple.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Does someone like Harry Kane get his goal bonus?
What do you mean?
You know, like, obviously, the strikers, yeah?
You'll get your
you get
goal
like a
bonus
goal
at the end
bonus.
of the month, though. You'll still get your goal bonus.
Yeah, but the reason a chairman gives you that goal bonus is to say, do you know what?
It doesn't
If
matter.
the more goals you score...
That's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. That's all irrelevant. If you got a contract in place in business, big man, it don't matter. If the goal scored, I get the money. It's got nothing to do with anything. That's how
No, but what if, no. But wait, what if that contract says by the end of the season you scored this many goals? If the season doesn't end,
it won't. It won't. You reckon a man's gonna put in his contract by the end of the season when it comes to his?
Yeah, it's usually how many goals you get a season.
You get a goal. You get a bonus per goal.
Per goal.
Per goal. Yeah. But some. What I'm saying, D. What I thought you were alluding to is that look, certain players have got season targets. So by the end of the season, you're gonna get this much, or by the end of the season, I know certain teams have got targets. Like if we qualify for Europe, everyone's gonna get this much.
Yeah,
or
but
if we qualify for the Champions League,
the whole planet's gonna get that.
So you're saying,
a grown man, as a 24, 25-year-old man working in a profession and making your personal problem seem like everyone's problem when the whole world is going through it is one of the most immature things a person can do. Like, just grow up, fam. Like, get over it.
That's killed her.
No, just
done the whole thing.
Void the whole thing. I've got sympathy.
It's not that simple, though. It's just not that simple.
Yeah, I've just got sympathy because I'm just thinking, okay, if a club like Tottenham saying we're thinking about, and Liverpool initially, we're thinking about getting government's assistance to pay our normal workers, yeah, our normal workers, and then we're saying, okay, and then pressure come now, you shouldn't do that because you guys made 40 million last year, blah blah blah, yeah. But people don't understand in the financial budgets, yeah. I've accounted that Harry Kane is going to score 20 plus goals. I'm going to pay him this because if he scores this, chances are we're going to finish top 4 or top 5, whatever it is, yeah. And then we're going to get this revenue coming back. If we just stop now, I still owe him that money. But there's no fans coming in. At least we can get some TV money if we could find a way or wait long enough to do it behind closed doors. Because then, do you know what I actually think it could be good for? It could actually end up being a blessing for the younger players coming through. Because you're right, a lot of people can't play all these games. There's a lot of games. So now, younger players will need to be given a chance. They have to be given a chance. Because
I hear what you're saying, and to be honest with you, what you're saying is going to happen because the Football League has just said that they're agreeing to play all the games behind closed doors. The Football League's agreed to the Premier League, to all professional leagues apart from the Premier League going ahead. So all of that's going to happen.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is happening irrespective of anything. So the Premier League it's going to have to happen somewhere. It's going to. Do I think it should? No, I think this is another clear indication that people put money before everything. Because of money, everyone's having this real big issue. But like, there's health. That's a major concern for me. Now people are going to be playing games in a situation where there's a virus that people are told can kill you, so stay in your house. But because of money, we're going to try and find a way of playing these games.
But
like,
what about
absolute nonsense?
What about if everyone, like, you know, like the UFC guy Dana White wanted to do? He just said, "Look, we're doing our show. We're doing the show. We're going on some island and doing the show." But what about if this is what I've always thought? If you can test everyone, say all the players get tested, backroom staff get tested, cameraman, anyone that might be there is tested, and everyone's negative, then what is the danger now?
Because we still have to travel to the game. Like now you've got to monitor. Think about it. There's 10 games because there's 20 teams. There'll be 10 games. You've got to monitor 22 players playing. Each team has 7 players as subs. Each team will have 2 other players just in case anything happens to the players that could be there. That's already people you've got to test. Then you've got to test the manager and the coaching staff. Then you're going to test all the security that's going to be there. Then you've got to test all the remaining staff, the other staff that are going to have to be at the ground, the likes of the people that have to open, maintain it, receptionist, secretary, all of those people. Then you've got to test, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, you just void the damn thing. You can't test all of them bloody people and all the people in their damn house and then monitor their journeys to the game. It's just too much. It's just silly.
It's a lot.
How about we just void it? How about we just void it? Trying to make an exception.
What do you not make of all this players having to take pay cuts and all that?
It's sad, but it is what it is.
I agree with it. I agree with it in a sense of if you're taking a pay cut so the standard workers can get paid, fine. As long as the club are not saving that money and is going back into their revenue, because the chairmans are clever as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Because chairmans could use it as a tactic.
But they would have to do that though.
We said they'll have to put it back into the club's revenue.
Of course. Like, why do you reckon that? Do you know what business do you know, whether it be a football club or a bakery on your road, is not going to have to get rid of staff or cut people's wages down because they're not getting money in? Like, it's just going to have, like I'm trying to say, like, the one thing is we can't make a situation happening to one person can't go, why is this happening to me if the whole world's affected?
Yeah.
It's just too selfish. It's just too selfish.
I just think they approached it. I think them clubs approached it wrong. If I was the chairman of a club, I would have just said, listen, everyone's taking I would ask everyone 20% pay cut so the low key workers, the low people on low incomes can get 100% of their money. And this will be only to be a period. And if anything, as we start making more money, that money will get paid back to you in the future. But it's cash flow. Because what kills businesses is not whether a business can be profitable, it's cash flow. And the danger that these clubs are in is the cash flow is mad because there's nothing coming in. Because advertisers are saying, well, there's no one in the stadium, there's no games, why are we paying you? We're not getting our product.
What I'm hearing, like, I think you might have alluded to it earlier, but it's going to trickle down into like the like League Twos and the National. All them clubs, they are in danger of.
What do you mean? Bury's gone. Bury is gone.
Oh, there you go. But for some reason, I always hear Bury, they're in trouble anyway. So yeah, in this time, that doesn't surprise me, man. That's crazy, man.
But
I always hear Bury on administration. That's crazy.
Who's that?
Bury, what is it? Bury Edmonds.
Bury Town.
Yeah. Okay.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone apparently, man. That's crazy, man. And I don't know. The headline was Arsenal players refuse to take pay cut. I don't know how. Did they take it? Did they take it?
They took it.
Okay, interesting. Well, I don't know, man. Like you're an avid Arsenal fan, boy. How much of you wanting the league to be void is because you don't want Liverpool to win the league? What percentage of that is not the league?
I love football before Arsenal. I loved football first. You went Ian Wright, football, Arsenal. So the honesty, if Liverpool were the best team, if Arsenal don't win, I don't care. If you didn't play well, why should I care? You lot don't care. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not your conventional Arsenal fan that's die. I just got things to do. So I'm just not like that. So yeah, like Liverpool deserve to win it, and it is sad if you have to void the league and they don't win it. It is sad, but if they have waited, if they've never won the Premier League and they've waited all this time to win it behind closed doors in front of no one, I think I'd rather not win it, Giza. I think it's like, I don't
know about it. You won that winner's medal, man. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't. I know how I like to win. I know how I like to achieve things. I like greatness. I don't like mediocre. I don't like just being there when everyone's successful. If I'm not an integral part of a big situation, I don't want to be involved, bro. I don't make
knowing you may never get that opportunity again. Knowing it may never come around again.
That it wasn't meant to be.
How many more games did Liverpool need to win the league?
2. 2 more.
It might have been 2, yeah. It might have been 2, I'm not sure. Might have been 2.
2 more games.
They must be thinking back to that Watford game, thinking, fucking hell.
Oh, this is it.
They won it earlier, they could have been happier. But again, ifs, buts, maybes, bro.
Yeah.
To me, what's happening in the world is more important than Liverpool winning the Premier League. So,
no, I hear you, bro. I hear you, man.
It's funny though.
Bro, how long we be talking? I think we could wrap it up, man. How long we going?
I don't know.
D, what you saying? You see the time?
You know, I'm not an engineer, you know. I don't say my
I
friend.
said I'm not an engineer. Hey, why are you being rude, man? What's wrong?
That is funny though.
Why are you getting crumpy? Nah, hey, I think we're good. I think we're good to go, man.
We're good.
Amazing.
It's been about an hour, but yeah, Poet, honestly, like, bruv, like, thank you for coming on.
Promise you,
Like,
man.
it's been great. It's been, I mean, as I thought it would be. It's been a really good conversation. Always a pleasure talking to you.
My guy. Be happy.
So yeah, man.
Don't
Hey,
worry about what people are not doing.
don't get
Just
twisted.
be
Don't
happy.
get twisted. I'm a happy guy, man. Don't get twisted.
No,
I'm
but
happy,
there's
man.
another level of happiness that you can achieve. I'm telling you, it's
I'll
amazing.
say one thing. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say that because I was gonna say I couldn't be happier. I could be happier. I think everyone could be happier, but I think I'm at a stage in my life now where I get it, and
I reckon
that's
you know what you know because that's all you know. And what you
yeah.
don't know, you don't know.
And you know what? You saying that to me maybe 5 years ago, I would have been scratching my head. Whereas now, I get it. So that's where I am now. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense to me. Like in terms of like, forget everyone else. Like, forget what people think. Forget all of that. You just have to do what you have to do for you because you know what you know. Like, I get it. I get it.
Don't forget what people think, though.
Don't forget what people think.
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
Understand what information to take in.
Elaborate.
Is listening and hearing is two different things.
Yeah.
So I hear everything, but I only listen to a couple of things.
Okay. All right. No, I got you.
I can't help hearing a car drive past, but I can't necessarily say I could listen to the type of it. I wouldn't be able to tell you what engine it was. I don't really care that much. I'm not that invested. People talk to me all the time. If you told me their name afterwards, I just couldn't remember. If my little sister phones me, I can tell you everything she said because I actually care to listen.
Yeah.
But I'm aware people, I don't ignore people. I acknowledge people. I think it's good to care about people. I just don't think it's good to care about everything people have to say. It's not worth it.
And this is where the conversation is going to go back to friends. And for me, choosing friends means I've chosen to care about.
Yeah, but you
what
keep
you
saying
think.
I. Friendship is not about I, my friend. It's
No,
about
it's not.
both
But
people. So in what you've chosen has got nothing to do with anyone. Who the fuck are you, Hillary Banks?
I said Hillary Banks.
Daddy, I've chosen these flowers. They must be mine.
But then, okay, all right. Talk to me very quickly. How does a friendship compare to a relationship in terms of
A
who you're with?
friendship is a relationship.
Say again.
Friendship is a relationship.
As in a relationship with like a significant other.
You mean a romantic relationship?
What do you mean?
Yeah, a romantic relationship. How do they compare?
What's the difference?
Essentially, what is the difference in terms of the aspect of what we're alluding to, what we're talking about? What's the difference there? Like, do you expect certain things? Say again?
No, there's just a different understanding. It's a different understanding now. So that the understanding I have at friendship and the understanding I have at a relationship is completely different because the consequences for actions are different. The emotional responses to things are different. So there's a different type of understanding. So you can find a different type of common ground. So that's the expectation is raised, yes, but that's only because of the amount of emotions that are more heavily invested. So it's not down to specific things like if you release your mixtape next week, make sure you post it. No, I'm not saying that, but I am just saying your emotional state is heightened. So therefore there has to be a deeper understanding to certain situations that you don't necessarily need to have at a friendship. If I saw you really angry one day, 3D, I would just want to know that you're okay and you're able to move forward. But if you're my girlfriend, then it's like, I want to know that you're okay, you're able to move forward, and I want to know what it is. So if it happens again, we can tackle it together. I don't feel I need to do that in friendship. I just give you the option of knowing that if you want to do that, I'm here. But I don't give you the pressure of saying, please tell me we're friends. Like, nah, bro, like, it's just not that deep. You want to tell me, I'm here, G. If not, keep it moving.
Fair enough, man. All right, boy. Man, like poet, you know.
Lit.
All right,
been a
thank you,
pleasure.
man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys, man. You lot are lit.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
on.
safe, man. Love, man. Always.
All right, G. I'm
Take care, bro.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, take care, bro.